You might have heard of the dark web, but if you're anything like me 4 weeks ago, it may seem more like a vague concept than anything really tangible. So the dark web, at its most basic level, is the part of the internet that you can only access through a special kind of browser, and the most popular of those browsers is called Tor, or the onion router. Research on onion routing, or encrypted internet browsing, was originally funded by the US Office of Naval Research in 1995, and then in 1997, DARPA got on board, developing the technology which eventually turned into Tor. So here's how it works. The Tor network is basically a black box. In order to get to a site through Tor, it connects you to one server, which connects you to a second server, which connects you to a third server where your information actually comes out. So basically what you're doing is using a winding path to get from one place to another to make yourself harder to follow. And while it's doing all that, Tor also encrypts your information and doesn't decrypt it until it leaves the network, so that's an additional level of protection. Plus, the more people who use the network, the harder it gets to track those connections, so the more secure it becomes. That's a fairly simplified explanation, but that's basically it. And the anonymity that Tor provides makes it a unique platform for illegal activity, like drug sales, viewing or posting child pornography, or even coordinating terrorist activity. And one of the most popular of those uses was something called Silk Road. I'm going to let Ellie Stanton, an exhibits writer at the museum, explain that one to you.
Silk Road was a brazen $1.2 billion online marketplace for illegal drugs, goods, and services. It's basically the Amazon or the eBay of illegal goods. So Silk Road launched in February 2011, and its popularity just exploded over the next 2 years. In 2013, the FBI organized a sting to shut down Silk Road and arrest its operator, Ross Ulbricht. He saw it as a free space for financial activity outside the sphere of government. And so the FBI sets up this sting. The FBI tracked down the site's hidden servers.
But isn't the point that you can't track servers on Tor? How did the FBI do it?
That is something that even they don't really explain. So they were able to arrest Ulbricht, shut down the website, and seize about $4 million in assets.
So that's one of the better known uses of the dark web. But recently, like especially in the past 3 years or so, we've seen an increase of legitimate uses of the dark web. For example, abuse victims can use the dark web to avoid being found by their abusers, or activists like those in the Arab Spring can use the dark web to organize against oppressive regimes. And journalists are discovering that they can use the dark web to protect the privacy of their sources. And big organizations are getting on board too. Facebook has been on the dark web since 2014, and in January, the news organization ProPublica launched its Tor site in an effort to increase security and access for its readers. Now the question is, how do we respect that anonymity, but still enforce the law? For the Medill News Service, I'm Jordan Tilley.